Space, the final frontier. These are the videos of Turbo Jesse. His mission is to talk about video games, give predictions, and start discussions. To boldly go where no YouTuber has gone before. I can't think of a better time in the world to be a fan of the web-slinger Spider-Man himself. A few weeks ago we got a brand new trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home. Yesterday we got a new teaser trailer from the new Insomniac game, Spider-Man 2. And today I just found out some information about a canceled Spider-Man 4 video game that was due out in 2011. So we got a lot to get into, but first, as always, definitely think about liking and subscribing this video. I'm a small channel, so every like and subscribe really helps. But let's get right into this video. First up, let's talk about this little teaser trailer from yesterday, and Spider-Man 2 looks freaking insane. The graphic engine really looks improved. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a single player game with Peter Parker and Miles Morales. And come on, the bad guy, the big bad that's been teased from Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales was finally revealed just in a split second, and it's Venom. And Venom is one of my favorite anti-heroes of all time. They have a great voice actor performing Venom. Downfall of this game, and the unfortunate thing is this game isn't due out till 2023, and that's if there's no delays or anything happens. So we have a 2-year wait till we get this game in our hands, but by then we could really be expecting this game to look like a big step up from Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Me personally was a little disappointed that Miles Morales really felt like DLC from Spider-Man, but this Spider-Man 2, is really going to feel like that next jump, that big sequel that we were really waiting for. And now let's talk about this Spider-Man 4 that was canceled and then footage just leaked out onto the internet. This actually comes from the website Obscure Gamers. I've never heard of before, but definitely check them out if you want to. But this is some great, pre-alpha footage. I mean, you really see Spider-Man swinging around the city. You see some of the assets, and you see how smoothly Spider-Man is going around. It clearly looks like a game that's 10-15 years old, but it looks good. And this was going to be a tie-in for Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire, and that game and movie never actually was released or came out. It was canceled, and that's kind of unfortunate because they were going to have the Vulture, and they were going to have John Malkovich as the Vulture, as one of the bad guys, and they were going to have Anne Hathaway as the Black Cat. And I think that would have been a great closure to the Tobey Maguire, saga of Spider-Man, but it was canceled, unfortunately, and so the Spider-Man 4 video game was supposed to be a tie-in, but it was canceled. I mean, it's kind of weird when there's movie and game tie-ins. They're usually not that great, but this game was supposed to come out in 2011, 10 years ago. However, there were issues with Sony and Columbia Studios and caused the film to be canceled, and it was actually retooled and made into The Amazing Spider-Man, which came out in 2012. So it's funny how they had this game in development, and they just took some of the assets and some of the stuff and just turned it into The Amazing Spider-Man, which was a totally different movie with a totally different actor. Apparently this game, it looks like it's pretty far along, but was apparently only between 10 and 15% complete. I mean, you see Spider-Man swinging around the city, but none of the story was created, none of the missions were created. So it's pretty interesting, though. And if you look at this footage right here, it looks pretty good, but if you look closely, some of the assets aren't complete. Like some of the people on the walking around the city are just like little blobs walking around that are either gray or purple or something. So you could see this game actually needed a lot more work, but this was still just like an early development build. But I'm sure this game would have been really fun. I mean, I've liked all the Spider-Man games, but the most recent ones that were made, Marvel Spider-Mans for the PlayStation 4 and 5, are clearly the best ones ever freaking made. And this is cool. I love seeing this stuff, these games that were canceled, and seeing how they use all these footage and assets for newer games. Now I'm talking about superheroes and I'm talking about Insomniac games, so I do really need to quickly talk about Wolverine. Oh my god, I'm so excited for Wolverine game. I know there was a game that came out, I think, on the Xbox 360 a decade ago that was a little campy, but I'm thinking Insomniac Games is really going to care for this character and have a great single story narrative that is going to blow us away. And Insomniac Games is becoming one of my favorite studios with Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank recently. Now they're coming out with Spider-Man 2 and a Wolverine game. I mean, the one bad thing about this Wolverine game, like I said earlier, there's no release date, no release window. Since we know Spider-Man 2 is scheduled to come out in 2023, this game will probably be like a 2024 game. And I had people say to me, hey, 2023 isn't that far away. It's almost 2022 right now. But if this is a holiday 2023 game, you know, that could be more than 2 years away. That kind of sucks. And if Wolverine's going to be a 2024 game, that might be like 3.5 years away. So that is just crazy. Anyway, guys, it's a great time to be a gamer, and especially if you're a Marvel fan and like Wolverine and Spider-Man and Venom and Miles Morales. I mean, I named my son Miles, so obviously I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, but I'm just really excited for what is to come and to play these games on my PlayStation 5. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said earlier, definitely think about liking and subscribing, and I'll be back later with some other videos this week. Guys, thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.